Hey guys, this is OddOneGaming. This is going to be another Raid Shadow Legends video. Today we are on the free-to-play account and we're gonna start this video with some sharp pulls that I actually did yesterday on the free-to-play account. Obviously, I pulled my Ancients because, as you've seen in my previous videos, I pulled all my Sacreds on the free-to-play, I pulled all my Voids on Saturday, and then last night, well, yesterday we were at the wedding, and when I came back, I was like, you know what, let me pull all my Ancients because I was needing a little bit of extra help for my faction wars, the last two ones that I have, Sylvan Watchers and Shadowkin, and I was trying to get something to really help me with that. And you know what? It wasn't bad, but it wasn't good. Like, the pulls that I did were disastrous. Like, the first 40 that I had were like, you saw, I got 3 good epics. I got Vrask, I got Urtikata, and I even forgot what was the last one over here. Let me see again. Irenias, which obviously I don't care about. Then the next one was almost a rare tax with Excruciator that was honestly useless. Like, I cannot think of any place I would use an Excruciator. If anybody uses that champion, just leave it in the comments below. I'm really curious to hear about it. And after that, guess what? Another rare tax. And honestly, I was debating this weekend, was there really a 2 times going on? That's what I was looking at. Was the 2 times really on? Because I had the same feeling with the Voids, I had the same feeling with the Ancients. It just did not really feel like a 2 times, event. And I did not get the best of. Uugo is massive. Like, Uugo is a massive pull for this account because it's going to be really helpful for Hydra, because I don't have a proper block buffs champions on this account. But for my goal, for beating the last faction wars, it's like, it doesn't help me. It's going to be good for the future. After that, what I decided to do, I was like, you know what? I had enough gems, let me just buy another temple, because why not? I needed a little bit of dopamine, and I needed something. I was hoping to either maybe get the legendary, as I got you guys used to on this account, or I just needed something else, just a little bit of something to push me forward with the Shadowkin or the Sylvan Watchers, because I did not have a proper DPS for the Sylvan Watchers, and that was the problem. I was hoping to get maybe a Mistrided Deity, and well, while I was pulling, I got the Luria, which is amazing, but then this happened. I got a Creodan the Blue. I was really excited about this because, you know what, Creodan the Blue is amazing. I don't even have him on my main account, but his kit is just perfect for 5 Night Hard if you need some freeze. It's not 100% on his A2 or his A1, but he brings ton of freeze, and then on the same time on the A3 he brings some turn meter boost, increased speed, so he has a really good kit overall. So at the end of the day, my decision to buy some more Ancients with the gems was totally worth it. I'm happy about that. And what I did is I just built Creodan. As you can see, this is now we're going to the run to see what I did. Let me just make this go a little bit faster. And basically what I did is I replaced my Enda, Moonbeam I think is her name, or his name. I just replaced that champion with Creodan. I got him to level 50, I booked him, and I just put him in this team with Emek, Duet and the Runic, Green Warden Ruark, and the Reviver Wernen, I think is her name. I keep forgetting her name. She's one of the newer ones, but she was the Reviver. And honestly, it was so easy that I was kind of shocked. So I was stuck, and I got to stage 17, and I had 18, 19, 20, and 21 to do. Basically, this team full autoed everything. Like, I just put that team together, and they just went full auto on all the waves. It was surprising. I was expecting to have a little bit of, more struggle. I was expecting to have to 6-star maybe 1 or 2 champions, but it was so easy that my mind was blown. I could not believe it that I actually, like I said, I beat everything on full auto. Maybe I think I just stopped at the end of the waves to save the skills for the second wave and all that, but overall it was so easy. I know I'm repeating myself, guys, but it was extremely easy, and there's no 60 in this team. Basically, all that this team did was constantly freezing with Creodan. Creodan kept doing that freeze on his A2 and on his A1. He kept boosting the turn meter and increased speed, which the Reviver also does that. But by having Emek in this team, he just made it, again, 10 times easier. I'm quite sure I could have just had Emek and Creodan plus 3 random whatever champions. I could have still beaten this one, because they rotate to their skills so often, and with Emek resetting the cooldown of those skills on the A2 just made it easy, so that almost every other turn Creodan just did an AoE freeze. Like I said, it's not 100%, doesn't always land, but it's a good chance, and it happens on both hits. As you can see, they barely get a turn. I don't have no healing in the team. I just have I have Wernen. Let me see what's her name, because I cannot get her right name for the life of me. So let's go in the Sylvan Watchers. Yeah, Wyronan, or however you read this, the Silken, the, you know, the only reviver, but it was pretty good. She had regen in here, and she helped me boost basically with a A2 because she does turn meter boost and increase speed. And the revive, I think I only had to use it once, or maybe not even then. Everybody else, then I have I made Emek in a Guardian set, which helped me to take a few extra hits and help heal himself. Then I had Duedan the Runic actually in a Toxic set. He was my only damage dealer. Duedan was my only damage dealer in this team because, well, nobody does actual damage, nobody is built for damage, nobody has masteries in this team, but I just controlled it so well, and I had so much, you know, survivability with the Guardian sets, with the shields, that I just had no problem. I was thinking, okay, maybe once I get to the boss, it's gonna be a problem, because the faction war boss that we're facing on this one is the one that ignores defense on his A1, and he can basically one-shot people. And he also does the cleansing, he does the AoE, what's it called, AoE True Fear and stun on one target. But it was so easy because I basically have 3 people in this team that do taunt, and the boss, he has single target hits, okay? Every single time he does a hit, it's always a single target hit, okay? Because that the skill that he does AoE, True Fear, and stun on is just, it's not hitting. And after that, he does the A1. But if you have taunt on somebody, he's always gonna target that one. So for this type of team, you could even do the faction war cheese, which I made a video previously, is specifically for this one. You could even have a level 1 champion in here, and you would not have a problem, or 2 level 1 champions, as long as you had the taunt up. That's it. The boss will constantly attack the people that have taunt. So let me move this forward, because it's a bit slow, because like I said, I had no damage, so it was slow. But once I got to the boss, all I had to do was just alternate the taunt skills, okay? So by having Duedan the Runic with the taunt, as you can see here, he does that. Instead of hitting somebody else, he goes for the taunt person, okay? Then I come back, and then Emek does the taunt, and guess who the boss is gonna hit? He goes for Emek. So I was just alternating that taunt either from Duedan, either from Emek, or from Green Warden Ruark. And it just keeps slowly taking away at the boss's HP. Most of the damage came, like I said, from Duedan, and this is the whole fight, okay? So I had no problem. This is how the whole fight went. You just, like, I'm not gonna bore you to see the whole thing, but that's what I kept doing. You see, I always have the taunt on somebody up. I think this time, yep, I do it on him. Again, AoE stun and True Fear, he goes for the person as the taunt. And there was no issue whatsoever in this team. And it was surprisingly easy. Like I said, it was surprisingly easy. It took me like, what, 14 minutes because I had no damage, but I had no problem. Even if somebody died somehow, I still had a reviver in there. But even without the reviver, I feel like as long as you have 2 people that do the taunt skill, like you should hopefully have Emek, because he was a fusion, and then maybe you don't need a legendary Green Warden Ruark, but maybe you have Duedan the Runic. Well, you're gonna keep rotating through your skills and just alternate as taunts. Just keep an eye on the boss's turn meter and just use it once for one person, then for the other. Have them in some healing sets, regen, you know, guardians, whatever, to heal themselves back up if you don't have the reviver. And then this boss is just gonna be so easy. Like, I'm still in shock of how easy this fight was. I'm not gonna lie. I was expecting to be here for 2, 3, 4 hours, maybe have to 6-star 1, 2 people, but that was not the case. I just keep taking away this HP with Toxics, keep putting those taunts, and voila, that's it. This was the whole fight. That was so easy, it's crazy. Now let's have a quick look at the builds that I have on these people. And we're gonna start with the recent fusion Emek. I built him in a Guardian and some Perception. Honestly, you don't really need Perception. Like, yeah, it can help for this skill, but apart from that, there's nothing in his kit that requires accuracy. So you can just have him with lots of HP and speed. Like, get him maybe as fast as possible with a lot of survivability, so you can keep alternating his shield that does also reset the skills, plus this unkillable with taunt and shield on himself, and you're gonna be just fine. Yeah, let me just show you. Like I said, there's no masteries. Nobody has, like, I had a little bit on Ruark, but it didn't help much. So Ruark, again, he's again in a Guardian set. I gave him a little bit of accuracy because he has an AoE decrease attack on his A2. It doesn't always lag because it's not 100%, but it helped, you know, it helps a little bit. However, they barely got any turns with Creodan in there, so he was just somebody else in there to soak up some damage with the Guardian. He could have been, I think I could have just put him in a Toxic as well and make him in a damage build and would have been so much faster, but if I could beat it, what's the point of wasting silver to change gear? Then Creodan, I built him in a stun set because, you know what, he has an AoE hit on this one, then a triple hit. This is on a 3-turn cooldown, plus the cooldown reset from Emek. He's coming back to it so often that if he doesn't freeze, this one's what, 65% chance to freeze on each of the hits, so he does 2 hits AoE. If he doesn't do that, he has a chance to stun at least. If you don't have the right stun set, just don't do stun set. Make him fast and he's gonna do just fine. Like, definitely Creodan is amazing. Again, like I said, he does increased speed and turn meter on the A3 as well. The passive helps a little bit because he gained some turn meter, but it's not important, I'm not gonna lie. And yeah, like I said, I made him pretty fast, 248, 259 accuracy, no masteries, he did just fine. Then the Reviver, she was in regen plus some speed set, 180, she was pretty slow, but because I have so much turn meter from her and Creodan, I did not have a problem. I did not need to build them all like over 200, 250. It was working just fine. I didn't give her accuracy, even though she does decrease attack on the A1. She is booked because I needed her booked before I got Creodan. I thought, like, you know what, I'm gonna need a Reviver booked so she can come back to it as often as possible if I need it. But it kind of seems like I did not need it now. So yeah, increase speed over here, decrease attack. Again, no masteries, she did just fine. And then I have Duedan, like I said, he was in a Toxic plus Immortal. I gave him the Immortal so he has a little bit of healing because I have no healing in the team. Nobody does healing. All I have are shields from Emek and shields from Grim Warden's passive, which I think they were a little bit helpful. I could not tell because I had so much shield going on that I'm not sure I really care about his shield. But yeah, Duedan with the poisons. The good thing is he has an AoE hit on the A2, so this one could land more poisons on the waves, which was helpful. Maybe for the same reason I should have put Ruark in the Toxic, as I mentioned. He has an AoE on the A2, but yeah, the whole thing went so easy. Like I said, I'm shocked how easy it went. I did not expect it. But yeah, this is my team for the Faction Wars 21, for the Sylvan Watchers. This is something that definitely you want to keep in mind. If you have not beat that one and you need to beat it in order to get Lydia, if you have Duedan, which is an epic, and you have Emek, these two should be just fine for dealing with the boss. If you also have the Reviver, obviously gonna be easier. Maybe if you have Elva, that obviously Elva is gonna be amazing. But if you have two people with taunt, as long as you alternate those taunts to happen at the right time, especially because Emek can reset the skills again on the A2 and can make Duedan's taunt that's on the 3-turn cooldown, can make it on a 2-turn cooldown. So you should always have it up and you should not have a problem with the boss. But yeah, this is gonna be it for the video today, guys. As always, if you do enjoy my content, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel to see when I upload next, and I'm gonna see you on the next one. Peace, love, take care everyone. Bye guys.